Well, good morning and welcome back. We are back to work on the trailer build. The steel is expensive, so it took me a while to save up. But we are back and going. Everybody's off to school and work, so it's just me this morning. I got a couple hours to work. What you're seeing is the outside of the lower deck. Since it is like probably 7 degrees out right now, we're going to work inside the garage. I got the heater turned off for the minute so I can talk. This is going to be the outside of the deck. This is a 2x3 square tube, or rectangular tube, I suppose. This is going to be the front, where we're going to have the cabinet, and obviously the back of the trailer. We're going to lay out, we're going to get this squared up as best I can here. I'm not a finish builder, but we'll do our best. We'll get her squared up. I'm going to slide this back out of the way, and we're going to have 2 more crossovers here to get us to 36 inches. And the second crossover will be 36 on center, so I have room to put the deck boards. And what you're seeing here is this bigger piece is for the top of the cabinet. This next piece up is a 36 inch by 8 foot piece for the floor of the cabinet. This is 3/16 plate steel. This is the top piece for the front, and then I ended up with an extra one. I'm not sure if I paid for it or not. I have to check on that. This is the bottom piece of the very front of the trailer. That ended up in 2 pieces because of the angle that we hit. We had to just go up with another piece instead of trying to bend it. But that's down the road. What we're going to do is build this in here and then open up the door here. And I did measure the door. It's before I decided I was going to start doing this, and it's a 9-foot door, so we should be able to angle this, and we're going to back the trailer in as far as we can and set it up there. I'm going to get my 3 crossovers here after I get this rectangle squared up and welded. I get my crossovers in the front, then I think I'm going to do 1 in the back up at my 2 foot from the back. I plan on going 2 foot spacing. When we get here to where the axles are, it's going to get fudged around a little bit just so I can work around the axles and put something across in the middle and actually build out around them, and we'll get to that when we get there, but I'm sure that'll be another video. So for now, I'm going to get the steel pushed back out of the way. It's on kind of a roller right now, that's why it looks so awkward. And we're going to start squaring up and welding. Alright, things are moving along. I've got everything lined up. I put a piece of angle iron underneath each corner and squared it up, or at least lined it up with each piece. And I got tacks on the inside, all 4 corners. And of course I moved a bunch of steel. That was not light. 3/16, even though it doesn't sound like a lot, is super stupid heavy. Anyways, we are going to run a tape measure from corner to corner. And then I seen a guy run ratchet straps to square up the bed of his trailer when I was watching a video, and that seems like the best idea ever, especially since I'm working here by myself. So we're going to do that and get her squared up, and then I'm going to weld everything in place, but I think I'll leave the ratchet strap in place too, but I will let you know what's going on there. Alright, we put the strap on, got her racked in place. I got it set. I ran some beads over the top of the corners, just the top part, and everything seemed to hold in place. So I took the strap off and I put these 2 pieces in. This is basically the lower frame for the floor of the cabinet. So then I measured again and I was off by a couple eighths again, so I put the strap back on and got her lined back up. 236 and 3/8 I think now is my measurement corner to corner. Granted, I'm not using lasers and this isn't super precise, but it's pretty darn close. So we're gonna get these welded in now that we've got everything racked up again, and take the strap off and check it and see where we're at. I don't think I'll go all the way around those yet, just maybe the top and the sides, or just the top and one side on each of those, and then check our rack again. I don't want to go too far and have to really reef on it to get it back to square. And once I get these two done and welded in, I'll check it and make sure we're square again. And as long as it's still square, I will finish at least welding the 3 sides of each one, and then run a bead down the inside of the outside frame, and then measure in 2 foot from the back, and I'll put one in the back, and then we're going to call it a day for now. If I can get that much done before I have to leave. I have an appointment later this morning, so I happen to have to run. So let's get back to work. All right, we've got the corners welded, at least on the inside. I've got 3 sides on either side of the crossovers, and I laid out 2 for the back and another 2 towards the front. The wheels are in here where the welder's sitting, so that's going to get complicated trying to get it out of here. We'll figure that out. But after I get these 4 welded on, we're going to have to wait till we get it on the trailer to figure out exactly the positioning where I'm going to have it I have the next 2 pieces, because there's going to be 2 more in between there and the wheels. So we'll get to that coming up.
So we're welding the uprighted frame that is connected to the wall via wood clamp.
Woo!
It is almost upright. Almost. It's tipped, but it's not terrible.
Listen to the bottom ones here. That other way. All right, so you've seen a little bit of welding. We have all of our crossovers done, except for the ones that I'm gonna have to place on either side of the tires. That front one there, of the open section here, this actually ended up in a good spot. I measured it out in front of the tires, so this one's good. But there'll be one here, and then another one behind the tires. But yeah, we gotta fudge that up a little bit. May not have been the safest way to do this, but way better, way easier to weld than doing it upside down. So we're gonna get the set back down, and we're gonna call her a day, at least for me, not for you guys. And we'll flash you till tomorrow, where it's time to haul this baby up on the trailer. I know she's been sitting there by herself for a while. Oh, I'm excited. We'll see you in a minute. Well, good morning. We are back to work. And if you can immediately tell, like I can, the difference in this video, we're now shooting on a GoPro Hero 9 Black. Super excited. But let's continue on. I skipped some of the boring stuff for you. I have picked the frame back up, and I used some brake clean and cleaned all the, I cleaned a lot of the mill scale off all the steel. We were painting this morning, so I didn't want anything nasty left on there. I'm trying to make our paint as nice as possible, so we're gonna get at it. I also ground down the welds, like I said I was going to, on the top over here, on the top of these bars. So that's flat for the floor of the cabinet. So let's get back to work. All right, attempt number 2 at GoPro 9 Hero Black footage. So you can see we've got paint done. I say we, but I'm the only one out here so far this morning. Paint's all done, both sides. I lifted both sides. I used basically all 6 cans of primer I had left from my 3 for $5 buy from Northwoods. So that's pretty cool. We are ready. Oh, I see a little bit more I need to touch up down there. I got a little bit more paint left, but for the most part, we are ready to back the trailer underneath this thing. I got the truck hooked up and ready to go. I jumped the gun a little bit because I forgot I had to paint this side. So we had to close the garage down, heat it back up, paint it. This is gonna dry for a minute here. It shouldn't take too long. The metal's been warmed up enough this morning. It is a blistering 16 degrees out this morning, so paint may take an extra second, but I was sick of the fumes in here. I've been trying to wear my trusty dusty N95 mask up there, but this last little bit I didn't bother because it was just the outside bar. So there we are. It is time. The next time you see, we should be going up on the trailer. All right, that was a crazy time lapse. We have the deck on the trailer, or the deck frame, I suppose, and we pulled up our big 2 pieces of 3/16. Remember I was talking earlier, this is for the floor and this is for the top of the cabinet. My brother's coming out to help us. Once we get to that point, we are going to need some help to get this 3.5 foot piece up on top of the cabinet. This bottom one will just slide. That's why we left it kind of rigged up, because, wow, that stuff is heavy. But that means our cabinets can be indestructible and we could actually use it like a bomb shelter. Once we get it all built, we'll have a trailer
like a bomb shelter that someone could pull away, just like
a movable bomb shelter, yeah. Anyways, we are measuring up here, and we both double checked and measured here. We've got 10.5 inches on either side. So the front of the deck is square. We're gonna try the back of the deck here and make sure. I'll see how this did end up just forward a little bit. That's perfect. That'll work just great because it will. All right, so we're gonna check this and we're gonna start tacking this in place. If this back is in place, I know we're right up against the cabinet here, but if the back is if everything's square where it needs to be, I think we're gonna go ahead and weld the back here where we can. And the welder obviously isn't gonna get out past the trailer, so we'll have to pull the trailer out and back it up into the yard and get it across the front here and start working on the front. So hope you're as excited as I am.
Alright, so Dad's welding. That's Kevin primering the pieces of metal. Right now.
All right, here we are. We have got the floor tacked on. Kevin's got his primer on the bottom side of it for us. The front of the bed is tacked on. We'll worry about the rest of the stuff later. Because right now we're gonna get the heavy stuff on while we got help. I'm gonna get this tacked on real quick. I'm gonna stitch her across on the side and the front. And then get underneath and do a couple just in the center. And we'll start building the frame. Oh, we'll have to clean those up a bit. And I think I need to go across the front. So, we have the bottom plate tacked on, or stitched on. You guys seen that. We put the uprights on. And our 3 crossovers. 1, 2, 3. And we're cleaning up some welds and getting ready to slide our top plate on. Alright, we're gonna call this the end of part 9. The rest of this stuff you guys don't need to see. I ran out of welder gas anyways. And it's getting close to the end of the day, so I need to finish welding around the top of that piece. I got it secured on there well enough, it's not going anywhere. In fact, it's almost, I'd say at least 3/4 the way done weld. Just got to get this back piece done and then weld under that center section on the inside. Other than that, that's the end of this. The next time you see it, we're gonna be finishing the cabinet, I think, is our next step here. So we'll see you in the next video.